Hello everyone, this is Matt the Speedstar here, ready to run through the next part of The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD Hero Mode. Last time, a lot of stuff happened, but basically, Ilia and Colin were captured by monsters. Link was pulled into a strange world where he somehow becomes a wolf. And we were rescued by a strange little imp with a superiority complex known as Midna. And she wants us to go meet someone, and since we don't really have much else we can do, we kind of need to go, get to that tower over there. The one more to the right. Plus, we need to figure out where the hell we are. Thankfully, that's what this, spirit is for. What are these monstrous birds? What in the world is happening here? Our poor Hyrule Castle. Okay. So that wasn't the guy we wanted to meet, but, yeah, we are at Hyrule Castle, so we are a long, long way from Faron Woods. And a long, long way from Mordon Village. Also, Midna did mention that this was known as a black shroud of Twilight. So yeah, the entire area around here is covered in strange Twilight magic. Of course, this doesn't just affect... It doesn't just affect, Link and people. It also affects monsters, too. That monster right over there is known as a Twilight Kargarok. The, little guys in the, dungeon were known as Twilight Parasites. Now, I've actually got a little bit of something to say about these Twilight Kargaroks. One thing I kind of enjoy about the Kargaroks is I like the sound they make, and I also, for some reason, I love to pester these guys in a certain area that's much, much later in the game. Spin attack, go! I missed. Whatever. So anyway, 2 jump attacks is all you need to take care of them, yeah. Twilight Kargaroks. I like pestering them. I like pestering them as much as I like pestering certain other darkness-related enemies from another game. Which is done a lot better than a lot of my other LPs. Sad to say. Anyway, we're just about there. There's a bunch of these birds here. This guy I'll kill. Yeah, these guys are easy to take down. Don't you dare! Damn it, I hit the L button. I'm so inclined to just hit the L button because I'm used to the whole L targeting thing. Originally it's Z targeting in older games. And I just can't get myself to hit the proper button to target. I don't know why. I guess I'm just that in tune with the Wii version. And just the way some of these games are like, it's not Z target anymore. It was like L targets at this point. Alright, so we're here, and after this, I have a couple things I want to talk about. Most of them being things about this game that I don't really enjoy. I mean, like, the game itself I enjoy, it's got a lot to it, but there's just a couple personal things about the game that just kinda devalues it in my eyes. Anyway, this is who we need to meet. Also, one thing here that I do love about the HD remake is the outfit this person is wearing. By the way, notice the strange Sheikah symbol just under the neck. But yeah, if you look here, I don't think I've seen this in the original, but you can see a lot of detail and a scarf. I love how that looked. You don't get to see it that much, but even so, I love how it looks, and that's more or less of a proper remaster. So, this is the one for whom you were searching. He's not exactly what I had in mind, but I guess he'll do. You were imprisoned? I am sorry. Poor thing. He has no idea where this is or what's happened. So, don't you think you should explain to him what you've managed to do? You owe him that much. Twilight Princess. Listen carefully. This was once the land where the power of the gods was said to slumber. This was once the kingdom of Hyrule. But that blessed kingdom has been transformed by the king that rules the Twilight. It has been turned into a world of shadows, ruled by creatures who shun the light. It is time for you to choose. Surrender or die. Oh yes, a question for all the land and people of Hyrule. Life or death? Twilight covered Hyrule like a shroud, and without light, the people became as spirits. Within the Twilight, they live on, unaware that they have passed into spirit forms. All the people know now is fear. Fear of a nameless evil. The kingdom succumbed to Twilight, but I remain its princess. I am Zelda. You don't have to look so sad. We actually find it to be quite livable. I mean, is perpetual twilight really all that bad? Midna, this is no time for levity. The Shadow Beasts have been searching far and wide for you. Why is this? Why indeed? You tell me. Time has grown short. The guard will soon make his rounds. You must leave here, quickly. Well, that's Zelda for you. Although it was kind of hinted with the, whole thing with the Sheikah symbol on the back of her robe, and again, I love how they added that little scarf right there. I don't think I've actually seen that in the original. Either that or I have a really bad memory, but then again, I say that a lot. But even so, I loved how that looked. That is one example of a good redesign or remaster. That looks a lot better. A lot better than what they did with a lot of the stuff in this game. Not that way. The guard's coming. Boy, he's prompt. Five seconds later. You can tell I've been watching SpongeBob lately. Anyway, back outside Hyrule Castle. Well, do you understand where we are now? I guess a promise is a promise, so I'll let you go back to where you first tumbled into Twilight. But, are you really sure you should be going back? Are you sure you aren't forgetting anything important? Do you want to save them? Well, in that case, little Midna would be happy to help you. But, well, you'd have to be my servant, and like a servant, you'd have to do exactly as I say. Why don't you go back, take a little time, and give it some thought? And we're back. No longer within the Twilight. However... Oh, that's right. I forgot to mention one thing. Though you may have left the darkened realm, you haven't transformed back to your former self, and you won't anytime soon. Now, why could that be? See you later. Oh boy, the people of Ordon are not gonna be happy about this. Also, did you think, she wasn't here anymore? Surprise! She's your shadow now. Did you think I disappeared? Listen, there's another thing I forgot to tell you. Don't think you can just run off and save your friends, because you can't. Just beyond that bridge, the land is covered in twilight. Last time, a shadow beast pulled you through the curtain of twilight. But if you want to go that way this time, you'll need the cooperation of someone from the twilight, like me. So you really have no choice but to do what I say. Saving your friends and all that, well, that'll depend on your actions. Because you can never trust words, you know. Right now, I want a sword and shield that'll suit me. You do understand me, don't you? So what do you plan to do? While you're here dawdling, the twilight continues to expand. Come on, hurry it up. So pretty much we just got blackmailed. I swear, I've been playing a lot of games where I've been getting blackmailed lately. I don't know why. Anyway, Bokoblin right here. I'm just waiting for that spin attack so I can do that. And there we go. So, yeah, we really have no choice. We have to get back into the Twilight in order to even save Ilya and Colin. But there's more to this than you think. And right now, I need to deal with these guys. There we go. Alright, so while I'm gathering the sword and shield... Oh, right, I gotta go this way. Yeah, while I'm gathering the sword and shield, I have a couple things I want to talk about. Things that Well, I kind of brought this up earlier, but yeah, it's just while I'm taking care of this, I want to try and see about explaining a couple things they're just personal things that I just feel like I want to talk about. First off is Midna. Midna, she is kind of my second least favorite partner character of the franchise, mainly because of how she is in the beginning of the game. Like I said, she acts like she has a bit of a superiority complex, but that'll get more elaborated on later as we continue through the game. Well, it's not... where am I gonna go with this? It's mainly her attitude at the start of the game, and for like the first half of the game, why I don't like her that much. She does, however, participate a lot more than what most party characters... I'm thinking like an RPG for some reason. Yeah, I was trying to say partner. Most partner characters are just there for like hints and such. This is different. Midna doesn't exactly give hints. She actually participates in battle with you. We'll get more into that later, but yeah, she does help in battle to a degree, but even so, she does more than just like what most partner characters do. The only one that I think actually does it the most is Zelda from Spirit Tracks, and that's one thing I really loved. The partners actually got more involved. That's one thing I like about Midna, but other than that, she just doesn't agree with me as much. But again, it's the attitude, but there's more to it. Throughout the game, she has character growth. Most I'm saying it again, most partners in the Zelda franchise don't exactly Okay, my thoughts are getting a little scrambled right now, but I'm just saying, there's one other character, practically the same reason that I don't like Midna initially, except the character I'm referring to, who I will not name, the character I'm referring to has no growth whatsoever. That partner does not change, period. And I just do not like that character's attitude. Coincidentally enough, the character I'm talking about is within the exact same timeline that this takes place. Like, remember, this is supposed to take place in the child timeline, like, a long time after that. Oh, I'm gonna talk to the key cat first. Were you attacked by that hawk? You're no match for him. I'm sorry, the person calling the hawk is my master's husband. You could sneak up from behind and scare him. Meow. And that's what we're doing. That's why I came over here. I want to hurry this up. Look at him, posing like he's all important. Wait until he sees us. Alright, so let's go get him. Oh yeah, be careful here, because I have fallen off before. Whoa! Wow. Okay, now, technically, we could go this way, but... Actually, oh yeah, I already triggered it, so... I'll just take care of it real quick, and I'll continue my thought. Well, I kind of finished my thoughts with Midna, but now what I want to talk about is Zelda herself. Zelda. Kind of like with Midna, she's not exactly up there in terms of favoritism. But what I'm trying to say is, she's actually my least favorite Zelda. Again, this is all personal stuff for what I think of. By the way, we now have the Ordon shield. It is made of wood, so if it touches fire, it will burn. And this is the only Ordon shield in the game. There are wooden shields, but you'll never get an Ordon shield again if you lose this one. Okay, so let's get out of here and let's keep going. Now, what I was saying about Zelda in this game, how do I put it? The reason why Zelda in this game is my least favorite incarnation of her... Again, like I said, this is personal preference, but, let me just see if I can find the words. Well, for one thing, and this might just sound more like I'm judging a book by its cover at this point. I'm not really, but what I'm saying is, Zelda in this game has, like, the least... Like, has practically the least involvement out of any Zelda in the franchise. That's one thing about it. But that's not all. Another thing, of course, is her design and how she looks. She seems too old to pass off being the princess. Now, my opinion would be totally different if they decided to take it in a different direction and instead call her a queen. Now, I'm sure it probably makes sense to keep her a princess because, you know, they wanted to keep the whole Princess Zelda thing going. But even so, if she was Queen Zelda in this game, I wouldn't think of her like I do. And also, you did notice, you did notice that, in the scene where the King of Twilight attacked Hyrule Castle, yeah, you noticed her, designs in that? I wanted to use my sense there. Yeah, you noticed her designs in that? They were all just, like... They didn't stick out. Again, they didn't change the polygon count or anything. That I didn't like. You just see sharper textures in that. But even so, her outfit, the robe, that's more or less like a proper thing in a remaster. This one's just the upgrade of textures and resolution. And again, I don't like that it's just that. I wish they took it a step further, like with the 3D games. Like Ocarina of Time Majora's Mask. They took it a bit of a step further, is what I'm saying. Like, a lot of the stuff that you've seen when you compare the original and the 3D games, my god, the 3D games make it look awesome. It makes it look proper. The HD games are more or less just texture and resolution upgrades. Wind Waker gets a bit of a pass, though, because of its style, but this game doesn't. Is all I can say. And those are kind of my thoughts. Don't get me wrong, like I try to continue to say, I like Twilight Princess. Yeah, it's not really that up there. It is still kind of maybe in my top 5 games, if we're counting all Zelda-related games. But yeah, it's in there. It's up there. But even so, it's got a lot of stuff that just doesn't seem to fit in a Zelda game. Like, if this was a game all its own and not a Zelda game, I would probably have much better thoughts. But yeah, it's just a lot of stuff that, a lot of stuff in this game just doesn't feel Zelda-ish to me. Granted, they did kind of make it work, but again, this is just all personal. And now, we have a forced fight. A forced fight against a particular enemy. We saw these guys just earlier in the cutscene. Now we actually get to fight one. These guys, they were originally known as Shadow Beasts. In the guide, they're called Twilight Messengers. I don't really like that they named them that. By the way, if you jump at certain enemies, you can actually latch onto them, and you can just continue biting them. That's one thing I like about the whole Wolf Link. Like, it really brings out the feral side of Link. And they made fighting as a wolf work in this game. I love that. But yeah, I didn't like that they called the Shadow Beast Twilight Messengers in the guide. Shadow Beast seems more appropriate. It just does, because these things are evil. They're evil, and they're more or less... If we get further into the game, you'll have a better understanding of why I prefer them being called Shadow Beasts than Twilight Messengers. Besides, they're hardly messengers at all. They're pretty much just there to outright ravage the land and just... They're just there to cause pain and suffering. Anyway, let's get through this cutscene and then I'll end it. O brave youth. I am one of 4 light spirits that protect Hyrule at the behest of the gods. I am Ordona. The black beast you slayed was a shadow being. It had come to seize the power of light. I just want to skip through this because I want to hurry this up a little bit. The dialogue for the light spirits is super slow. Just saying. My brethren in Hyrule have already had their light stolen by these fell beasts. The entire kingdom has been reduced to a netherworld, ruled by the cursed powers of darkness. The blight will not stop with Hyrule. Before long, the entire world of light will fall into the hands of the king who rules the Twilight. To save this land from the King of Twilight, the lost light must be recovered. The 3 light spirits who have lost their light must be revived. There is but one who can revive them and redeem this land. You. You still have not discovered your true power. Those transformed by Twilight usually cannot recover their original forms. Unless, if you were to return to Faron Woods where you were first transformed, if you were to revive the Light Spirit, there, by the power of the Light Spirit, you may find the means to regain your other state of being. So now we know what we must do to dispel the Twilight. And we're going to do that next time. We are going to head back into the Twilight Faron Woods and try to save the first Light Spirit. So, thank you all for watching. If you like this video, please give it a like. If you wish to follow along this and my other Let's Plays, click the top right box to subscribe. Any concerns come up, I'll let you guys know on my Twitter. Additional info in the lower left box in the video and down in the description below. This has been Matt the Speedstar, and I'll see you guys next time when we run through the next part of Twilight Princess HD Hero Mode. I love how the sword and shield look on him.